And we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Flannel panel. We got a fantastic crew here today. We're missing some of the regulars, but we have some of the best people on YouTube's, I guess you could say. Would that be it? This is the Barn Night at Home crew. So Troy, do you want to kind of introduce your fellas here?
Oh, sure. Yeah, by a Barn Night at Home, something we've been doing for 2 years now, something like that.
So yeah.
And there's four of us. Dustin's not here yet, but we got Eric he lives in Pennsylvania, and Clint from Texas. But yeah, we just get together. Well, I don't know, every couple of weeks and do a four pour blind of something, different categories, and may the best man win.
May the best man win. Who usually wins? I think we talked about this a little bit, but
I have to check the sheet, but I think I'm in the lead.
I have to check the sheet. Yeah, okay.
He has a slight edge, and the first place finishes. That's all right.
I'm either first or last usually. Something.
Hey, all or nothing. Go for it. You go.
I think that's a race term, isn't
Ricky
it?
Bobby.
Yeah, there we go.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah, so the boys do a fun show, and it's barnnight.com, I believe, right?
Yep.
Barnnight.com. Check them out. They go straight to the YouTube channel, and they do seasons so far. So they've done, how many are you guys on now?
I think we've got 5 completed, or
5 done.
4.
We have 5 done?
5 done.
I won't answer any more questions.
Yeah. Eric just in it for the drinking. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different categories also pique my interest in different levels. It depends on what the if it's the under 100 sub $20 category, I'm usually pretty salty before I even start.
Well, I mean, we talk about first and last, but there's never bad pours. So none of us actually lose.
That one episode.
Oh, we did.
Didn't you intentionally have a bad whiskey episode?
Yes, we did.
It was the worst whiskey that we own. That was
I don't know. I'm going.
4 terrible whiskeys.
It
was fun.
Was it?
Bad.
I was surprised because I thought mine was the best one out of the 4, and then when they were revealed, I think I came in. I almost won that sucker. I think it was second place or whatever.
So, did you score it in reverse order then?
Yeah,
to make sure to figure out the worst. Okay,
the worst one.
Was your first place? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the intent was to be the worst. So yes.
Yeah, that gets dangerous. There's some drunk scoring involved in trying to reverse the scoring process, and
not in that one because no one actually drank anything.
There you go.
Even still,
that was about the shortest episode.
The section of the episode where we were figuring out the scoring, it wasn't the smoothest. It was pretty complicated.
Yeah, it was ugly for sure.
Yeah.
Not our best work.
But it was a fun one.
And we got our buddy Whiskey Mutant on here.
Nick.
Eric is going to be on next week with us. So
that's awesome.
I'm using my Whiskey Mutant glass right now.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to go raid the grocery store of all the snacky cakes before the snow hits. Otherwise, I won't be able to be part of next week.
Yes. He's also saying, Troy, does he have you a backup?
Yeah, how many backups did you buy, bro?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to be throwing this up there, Eric.
Don't put that in the chat.
That is a solid pour.
We're going to be rye buddies.
Yeah.
There's so many possibilities.
You won one of our episodes with that malted rye, I believe.
That stuff was good.
Yeah, it was real good.
Yep.
Is that the 6-year malted rye, or is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I've got a couple.
Maltster, right?
So
no, not Maltster.
Oh, okay.
That's an interesting question. So, with all the ones that you've gone through, what is the thing that surprised you most when it won? Like, what pour were you like, holy hell, I can't believe that
it's not always, the surprising one isn't always the one that wins as much as like ones that'll place well. Like early on, I was doing stuff like I would submit regular Buffalo Trace, just not a pick, nothing, just straight up. And it would come in second place.
Yeah.
And it would beat stuff that should be way better.
Yeah.
So we've had quite a few of those that didn't necessarily win, but they finished above stuff that they
Yeah.
shouldn't have finished
You could
above.
throw in Buffalo Trace or probably Wild Turkey 101 every time and not be last, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I sent when we did our turkey round, we do a distillery every season. I think I sent like an off the shelf Russell's and did pretty well with it.
Mhm.
You know, it's just, but it is different every night. I think Dustin did well with an old tub once.
Yep.
But Troy's malted rye was my biggest surprise because I thought I had that
Yeah.
locked down.
So
I
that's
thought I had that round locked. And
it's not the maltster, it's just 6-year malted rye.
Okay.
And
Here's
Dustin,
Dustin will probably remember more
his
details.
ears his ears were ringing, I think, because he's
What we say?
here.
What are we talking about?
Well,
Troy was
Troy
talking
was
about
just,
his winning streak.
that's not what we're talking about.
Corey was asking like the
Excellent
biggest surprise
and
winner.
whiskey
and I-
choosing. I know. I was asking what thing, like what was when revealed, if there was like a standout bottle that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that won.
Can't believe that it won. Ooh.
Yeah. Clint was saying he was like that sometimes it's been like just an average bottle that's thrown in that kind of surprisingly jumps up to like second place or something like that, and you're like, oh crap, it was just a Russell's or a regular Buffalo Trace. But like Troy spiked the pot with that malted rye from New Riff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
One
seem
thing that's
to find
guaranteed-
that anything Jack Daniels seems to win.
I think
Oh.
Jack Daniel's Barrel Proofs won 3 different rounds.
Mhm.
and like in the same run too, wasn't it? In the same episode? Wasn't there some,
First two at one.
or was it back-to-back episodes?
Yeah,
The
back to
first
back.
third or something, but yeah, it was the first
There's
season.
been a
had two.
couple. Yeah, there's been a couple where we've had, even recently, we've had the exact same bottle brought
Yeah.
twice.
We've done that before
Oh,
too.
that's cool.
I
Yeah.
think that last Jack Daniels round we did, I won with an off the shelf barrel proof. Just
Yeah.
no store pick, no nothing. Just
Yes.
walk in the store,
Yes.
grab that. And I think that's I actually like when that happens because I think it gives everybody that it alleviates the FOMO, right? You're like, I don't have Weller for I don't have this bottle, I don't have that bottle, but sometimes
Yeah.
right off the shelf is just as good.
Well,
Or
that's nice
not,
to be able to.
because,
Yeah, or not. Yeah, Ian.
I've
Or
seen
not,
a
yeah.
JDBP to some people, and it was not great.
No, but that's kind of cool, right? To be every once in a while to just pull a single barrel off the shelf
Mhm.
and feel like you're like. I mean, that's the scratch off ticket of the single barrel, right? Where you're
Right.
like, I might have the one,
Exactly.
and that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to
I've been
describe it.
loving Four Roses single barrels, just the base, whatever the malt is, or just that off the shelf has been great lately. I've been hitting
Yeah.
some really
Well,
good ones.
In fact, we just did that. We did a Four Roses episode, and
Mhm.
everybody was bringing these picks and stuff, and I can't get those in my area, so I
Yeah.
just sent.
Eric and I
normal
brought the
single
exact same
barrel.
bottle.
And I came in second place I came in second, I think, or third out of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
you
just
it
a
did well.
100 proofer.
Yeah,
Just
normal
the
100 proofer, and they're bringing the bigger heat and the
Yeah,
fancy this.
beat-
and, pick
it
from
beat
here.
whatever fancy thing that James brought.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Oh,
I
well,
beat
then
the
well,
Four
then
Roses
well
picker.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
you're like the Four Roses guy.
Yeah,
Just
right.
took it to you with an off the shelf.
That's awesome.
This is, as they would say, your jam.
Yeah.
So I just
Oh.
opened this one up recently, the Balboa rye. Have you guys seen
Oh.
the Balboa rye from New Riff?
Yeah. How do you
Yeah.
like it?
Man, really good. Really good. Michael and Grease, who I cracked it with the other night, they both agreed, like, we need to bring this to Whiskey Weekend and let's just pour it.
So
It's
does
in the gift shop.
Is it different rye strains? Is that what it is, or different? I mean, it's rye, but it's a different
No.
strain of rye
Yeah.
grain that they're using.
Yeah, so it's at the strain is called it's a Balboa rye, is a rare heirloom grain, dating back to the 1940s, often used in whiskey in those days. It's grown exclusively now for the distillation at New Riff by the Fogg family farm in Indiana.
That's
Oh,
cool.
wow, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is.
They've been doing some
Really
great
good.
stuff. I mean,
Oh,
I can't think of
Yeah.
a new riff that I don't.
Well, and
Enjoy.
hitters for like 4 to 6 years old. I mean, it's not like they're whipping out
Mhm.
stuff that they're throwing out like 10, 12, 13, 14. It's all 4 to 6, and it just kills.
Yeah,
yeah. This isn't even age stated, I don't believe. Aged at least 4 years. There it is. 95% Balboa rye, 5% malted rye.
That's cool.
100 proof.
So-
Bottom one.
Eric's thrown out the comment. His favorite part of your show here is when you get to sample 4 or sample D or
D,
whatever
yeah.
that might be. And
Yeah.
usually, I think you guys are 4 pours in at that point.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Nobody wants to vote for the D,
Yeah.
so it's tough.
Right. Well, I mean,
It's tough.
it makes it funnier.
The scoring is so complicated. It's terrible.
And Troy's buddy Dave, I believe, New
Yeah.
Riff Malted Rye for the win. Big fan of the Balboa too. And you guys
Yeah,
do,
oh, yeah.
Troy. I think you guys go down there as a group, don't you? And kind of.
Yeah, we've done a couple picks, and we're hoping to. They just announced that they're going to do a barrel pick of their single barrel ryes coming up, so we're hoping to
Oh,
get in on
cool.
one coming up.
Is
That's
that
awesome.
the David Gilmour, like the guitarist from Pink Floyd, or
Yes.
a different David Gilmour?
Same one.
They're like this.
The same.
D1? That's awesome. Stands on top of the wall and plays a solo during Comfortably Numb, David Gilmour.
Well, yeah, I've
That's
never
the
seen him do that, but I've heard. Yeah,
But I've heard about it.
He talks about it.
And Janu can't make it on tonight. He's working, but he's saying FOMO is real on his end, making the night easier though. So we miss you, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
that could
I
be.
bet
an
he's still
episode.
wearing a flannel.
Oh,
bet-
So work
bet,
night with
yeah.
Jason. That'd be a good
Yeah.
show.
I don't know if is that legal.
Jason.
I don't know.
Yeah. They've had that show. It was called Cops.
Yeah, sure.
It was on a box for a while.
That's true. And Eric's saying the new turkey wheat is good as well. So it sounds like
Ah.
new riff in general is just killing it.
I don't think
Oh,
we got
hey,
our
wait.
hands on that.
Did he mean there's
Is there a wild turkey?
a
wheat?
wild turkey wheat?
New turkey wheat. I thought it was like a new riff turkey wheat. I should
That
have
may
read it
be
better.
a new riff. Really?
New
I don't
wild
have it.
turkey wheat. Eric, you got to explain yourself on this.
ISO on that.
Yeah. Please
Yeah.
hold while he types.
Okay.
New
There we
Riff
go.
Red Turkey Wheat.
Okay.
kinda
kinda-
okay.
Kind of puckered
That
up there
smells
for a
good.
second. I was
I
like,
got
wild turkey is
excited.
making a weeded bourbon? Like, wait,
Yeah.
I think that one sold out like super fast. I don't know if Dave was able to get one of those. He usually gets first dibs since he's organized our barrel picks.
Cool.
And I'm not sure if he got one or not.
I was really excited for the.
Are they a little
wild
bit
turkey
different on their
wheat.
barrel picks, Troy? Do you run that through the liquor store? You just buy the whole shooting match from them and take all the cases home?
Yeah, it's just all from them. It's kind of nice. It's just almost just like buying 200 bottles at retail, but you don't need a.
Yeah, and then
liquor
they're
store
like,
that
you just drive off and they're like, you figure it out.
Yeah, you just you don't get them that day. Unfortunately, you got to come back a month later. But yeah, last one we loaded up the barrel and we had several barrel heads. They engraved for us, and
That's awesome.
and I don't know how many cases of whiskey, but it was a beautiful back end of that car.
Mm.
And they make you come back, right? I think that's all part of the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably smart. That way
Hey,
they
when-
hit you for the gift shop twice
Exactly.
and the barrel.
Yeah.
Well played.
Oh, Dave says he did get one of those turkey wheats or whatever they're called.
Huh.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'm sure they hold one back for the lead guitarist of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nice to know
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it's
Right.
important.
So, Dustin, you just went on a little road trip, pretty much, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Grease and Michael Williams and I met up in Lynchburg, Tennessee for a couple days. We went to the Uncle Nearest up in Shelbyville. Got to meet Fawn Weaver, who's
Ooh.
started Uncle Nearest. She was there
Yeah.
signing that day, so it's pretty cool to get to meet her. And we did their tour, which was great, and tasted some really good stuff. Some of their master distiller right now, I think her official title might even be like master blender, because they're still working on, I guess, distilling some of their own product. I guess whatever the youngest one is their own now, but the white label is theirs now. The black label isn't theirs yet. And then they have these like master blender editions. I guess they've had like 10 different ones come out. And so batch number 8 was a part of our tasting, and it was just incredible. Apparently,
Wow,
this
cool.
this lady is a lady.
Mhm.
Forget her name. She's supposed to be joining the podcast guys with a drinking with here pretty soon.
Oh wow,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Cool.
So,
Sweet.
but the blend was just insane. But the blends there were going for 150 a bottle, and I couldn't do that. But Michael and Grease got some, and man, they were just out of this world. So we did that, and then we went over to Jack just because that's like Disney World for me. So it's like my
Yeah.
5th time there.
Yeah.
I gotta make the pilgrimage, and Michael had never done the tour before, so we hopped on the Angel Share tour, and tasted some pretty good stuff. There's a Red Dog Saloon, like black label gift shop only kind of thing. It's an 86 proof Old Number 7. So I guess Old Number 7 right now is 80 proof. But this
Used
Red
to
Dog
be
Saloon
86, though,
version,
right?
yeah,
Hmm.
it actually used
okay.
to be 90, and over the years it's gone down. But they got this Red Dog Saloon version there. So it's basically Old Number 7, but at 86 proof instead of 80. But it's like it's a
Yeah.
nod to one of the 2 saloons that Jack Daniel had in his time. He had the
Nice.
White Rabbit, which was like more famous, and then he had the Red Dog, which was kind of like more hidden and lesser known. And so they threw a bottle out as like a thing for him, and they were still pouring the Tennessee in the tasting. They were still pouring the Tennessee Taster barrel proof rye,
Oh,
No way.
which
yeah.
was
you
which
just like
was
keep
killer.
passing the cup over. Like, nope, just keep
Yeah.
hitting that one, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. But yeah, it was Michael.
That
Michael had
sounds-
never done the tour there, so it was neat to see him go through all that, and it's just a beautiful day down there. So other than that, it was just chilling at an Airbnb and eating a ton of junk food and smoking cigars and drinking whiskey. It looked like a typical Grease party with a table.
So
Like
it sounds
Michael
like
showed
a
up.
hell of a day. Yeah.
Michael
awesome.
showed up with like 12 bottles. He's like, I brought drinks.
Wow.
So we're just tasting stuff like crazy. So yeah, we cracked this Balboa Rye was the one that I brought to crack with him, and we I think as soon as we got there, Grease pulled out Kentucky Owl Bourbon Batch 2, and
Oh,
had
cool.
like one pour left in it, and he's like, finish it. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
If
it was a good time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there? So I've never been on the Jack Daniel's tour. Like, what's
Hmm.
the vibe of it kind of compared to? Is there anything that to compare it to? I mean, it's obviously one of the historically famous, crazy distillery. Does it still look like that, or have they gone the full like spaceship guest experience when you walk in? Or
Yeah, it's not like Woodford crazy. But I mean, it's definitely, I mean, there's so little parking on that side of the street because the town is so small that they have a giant parking lot across the street. That during really busy times, they'll actually shuttle you from that one across the street to the front door of the other one. But I think what makes their tour the most unique is because it goes through the sugar maple charcoal process. They harvest all of those sugar maple trees themselves from various places within 100 miles of the distillery. And they have a dedicated section. It's like a charcoal making section of the distillery. It's outside where they stack those things up in rick blocks. They keep them outside for 6 months, let them age a little bit, and then they torch them. And it is a giant, like 12-foot, 20-foot blaze of sugar maple being torched. And so they do that 2 or 3 times a week. I've only been there one time where they had just finished doing it, like they're hosing off the fire to keep the charcoal from being totally consumed, obviously.
yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
And I think when I went through, I thought one of the coolest things about that part of it is there's only like 2 or 3 guys or whatever people
Two.
that do
Two
that
dudes.
job. That's it.
Just
No one
2
else
dudes do
makes
that.
the charcoal. There's 2 guys that do it. I mean, I'm sure eventually, right, they'll teach someone else, but it's
Mm-hmm.
So it's very
It's
much
their
like,
science, it's their thing. Yeah.
like pit barbecue, right? Like there's like
Yep,
there's
100%.
like the
Right.
two guys that run the barbecue restaurant. They're like, do not touch this because
Right.
you don't
Yeah.
know what you don't know.
Yeah. You scoop the
Yeah,
cold
they're the
slaw,
pit
we'll make the
masters.
barbecue. Right.
That's
They're the
cool.
pit masters for sure. What's really cool, you see, there's like just Jack Daniels. It's one of those things so at the distillery themselves, the only like merchandise you can buy is bottles. There's like a little downtown that's like I don't know, quarter of a mile, not even.
Yeah. It's a walk. Yeah.
Not even. It's a little walk through the woods, and you're in this like old town, and that's where like you can get literally anything with Jack Daniels on it. You can buy it there, like everything.
Cool.
I got the barrel that I got behind me. I got it from there in one of the last couple of trips that I took. But what's cool, and you go in there, you see this stuff, and you even see it in stores sometimes, like just regular retail stores. You see Jack Daniels charcoal, and you're like, oh my god, man! They put Jack Daniels' name on everything, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was just like one more thing we're putting Jack Daniels' name on. It's probably just Kingsford in there. Our tour guide is telling us when we get up into the room where you watch the white dog basically drip down through, constant drip down through the charcoal. Someone asked, well, what do you do with this charcoal when it's done? And they're like, glad you asked. We actually turn it into briquettes, bag it, and sell it as charcoal. So you're actually getting the charcoal
really?
that the white dog whiskey went through. That's what you're getting when you buy a bag of Jack Daniels charcoal. Just blew my mind. I was like,
how quickly did you go buy a bag?
Yeah, like straight there.
Really quickly. Really quickly. Yeah, really quickly. I was like, Daddy's
like,
got a pork shoulder
I bought
to
a
smoke.
pallet. Yeah. I bought a pallet of those.
Yeah. I just thought it was just one of those things, that has Jack Daniels written on it. And it's just the little tchotchke or whatever. But I was like, wow.
That little town's great. I mean, there's a lot of little shops there.
And they're
not
all
necessarily
Jack
all Jack Daniels. Yeah, oriented, but not owned. I mean, they're all
not owned.
So I kind of feel like you're supporting that area when you walk through there. And there's a winery, and then there's a little moonshine distillery that are kind of attached to each other. So I mean, if you go early in the morning, as Laura and I did, without breakfast, you can do the Jack tour, the tasting, and then the tasting, and then the tasting, and then. Yeah, and then you just have to figure out how you're going to get yourself back to Louisville.
And then you can't remember which parking lot your car is parked in. Are we on the close lot or are we on the one across the street? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just get on the tram and ride around.
You actually, the only way you can park in the main lot right there at the distillery is either handicap or you have to be a Tennessee Squire. So like there's a whole separate lot for the Jack Daniels Tennessee Squires, which is basically like
that rule.
It's like their honor society. Yeah, you definitely did.
I broke that rule for sure. Yeah,
they have that. But I guess it turns out Michael Williams is a squire, and you have to be like invited by another squire to even get in. So I'm trying to sweet talk him right now.
Right.
There you go.
So I just sent him a couple bags of that charcoal you bought.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, buddy, what can I do for you?
So speaking of Jack Daniels and rolling the flannels into it, Dixon has a couple collabs with Jack Daniels that look awesome.
Nice.
I'm not sure if you guys seen them at all, but it's like a gray with like a brown stripe on it, like looks fire. So maybe if they roll out on any of the sites, I'll definitely be tagging.
Dustin's going to own one before this is over.
I'm already started.
Yeah, there's an I'll send you the invite to the Dixon Flannel Facebook group, which is basically secondary market for flannel shirts.
It's insane.
You'll have to delete it. Like it was a lot, man. It was a lot.
I think bourbon secondary is bad. This shirt thing's nuts.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's funny.
I could get sucked into that sort of thing.
Ooh, yeah, I found it.
Yeah.
Ty's hanging out from at home. Hey, Ty.
Hey, Ty.
Glad you're watching. Clint, sorry, you have the hat thing going on. So if you got into flannels, it could be a dangerous.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for me to kind of get a little too obsessed with something, and then I just have to have a lot of them. So
yeah,
I could do it with. I mean, luckily, I live in a warm place. There isn't a whole lot of opportunity to wear flannel.
That's true.
Except maybe
flannel in the pool isn't the best thing.
That's a tough flex. We just talked about the snow we were getting.
It was It was cold today, but I won't tell you how cold. But I was
Right.
cold.
Yeah, he's like occasionally there's a cool breeze
Yeah.
in Christmas
No,
time that blows
it
off
was-
the ocean when I'm down in Galveston.
Yeah,
Did you have
Under,
to turn
under
the,
72 was cold for.
Yeah,
You had to turn the pool heater on.
may or may not have been in the 80s last week. It was warm last week.
Turned on the pool heater and put on my flannel while I had my cigar yesterday.
But I'm from colder climates, so I'm all about. I definitely appreciate flannels and things like that, and I have more of them than you would think a person living in the South would have. So, but I don't have the fancy secondary market special edition ones like some of you guys do.
Maybe you do, and you just don't know it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. I might have some nice vintage ones.
Yeah.
That's true.
Most
And,
of mine
and-
get stolen
sort-
by my daughter. So
True.
she hit
Dustin?
that. She's 14. She hit that. Flannels are cool. Like, I've never heard of them. So she came in and raided my closet, and she was like, "These are mine now." And I was like, "Yeah, but they've been a thing for a long time. But whatever, just take
Yeah,
them."
they're not new.
They think they invented them.
Dustin's gonna be fighting Eric for that Jack Daniels flannel at Whiskey Weekend. It looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
Eric-
gut tells
Eric
me
don't blame
he's
me.
got a much smaller size than what I need.
Just,
And he's
Just
always
ask-
on Insta
Well-
on the
well
gram
played.
lifting
Well
weights
played.
too, like that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna arm wrestle the
Yeah.
mutant. He's like always lifting weights, trying to earn his bourbon, as opposed to the rest of us that just drink that
Yeah.
shit. So
Yeah.
Now,
whatever.
if Troy told me he had one, I'd be on my way to Ohio right now.
Yeah, you can make two of them out of this thing.
Ah, sure. if you ask Eric to
Two
borrow
for
his
one.
and try it on, you can just do one of these, and then it's yours anyway because he's not going to want it
Yeah.
back. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There'll probably be a decent amount of flannel in attendance here in a few weeks at Whiskey Weekend Batch
think
4. It's
so.
going to be plenty cool enough that
Yeah.
it's going to be. There'll be like a whole flannel corner, I think,
Yeah.
of the ballroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope there's just enough where people go, did I miss something?
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Just enough
Like,
to go,
oh,
"Did I
was
not
there a-
see this?
was there a thing that was I not told? Was there a thing?
I think there's a home improvement convention that's crashing Whiskey Weekend.
They'll be like, "Why is that big sweaty guy wearing a flannel?"
He's already sweating. Why does he?
Just go 90s on it. Troy, just take it off, tie it around your waist like your Kurt Cobain. It'll be
Yeah, there
Oh,
we go.
Yeah,
Mhm. I did notice under the flannel though, Clint has a fancy shirt on.
I do. I have my.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
sure.
long
Good one.
shirt.
Mhm. It's a
Yep.
special one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Eric's in week number 3 or round 3 of chemo, but they actually gave him. He was doing so well, they gave him last week off. They pushed a chemo session back for him, which is because his stuff was quote stabilizing, which is a big deal. And so they let him have the warm week off, and they said, "Well, it's supposed to snow next week, so we'll do your chemo when it's snowing. You got to be inside anyway, and we'll let you run around and be outside when it's nice
That's
out."
cool.
So he had a really good week last week. That was cool. I went over to his
I'd be
house and built
happy to-
Legos, and he watched me drink beer. It was good.
That's
I
awesome.
see.
Yeah.
Ty said everything Clint owns is vintage.
I saw that. My favorite comment. I wasn't going to point it out because I knew Clint would be mad.
I'm on. I'm on his show. I'm on your guy.
yeah. Be nice to our guest, Ty.
Yeah, are you on the 8X at Patreon?
Yeah,
Not
He
anymore.
I was.
I was.
I got my Yeti and Peast.
Yep.
And my gut was a funny choice of words for that, Dustin.
I was not intentional. I wish it was.
It was good. Hmm. So, anything new in the bar night at home setup? Are you guys working to the next season? What are we looking at?
There's a guy out in the Midwest somewhere that we're waiting on.
Yeah.
It's the lost episode.
It is the lost episode. The episode that never was. Nah. Yeah, we got our categories picked out.
Oh,
I love
we're
it.
getting somewhere.
We are getting somewhere.
They're
Yeah,
in little
so-
bottles now.
Okay.
That's a step. That's a step.
Baby steps.
I
Baby
bottled
steps
an
to the
extra
bottle.
thing to send you in an attempt to bribe you for the lack of respect of not sending that shit on time.
Hey, I can be bribed. I can promise you.
Is,
I'm
is
trying
it
to
our
find our
plan
list.
Are we planning on exchanging the samples at Whiskey Weekend? Is that what we're doing this time?
Yeah, just
I'll
because I
open-
think three of the four of us are going to be there, so we're like, we'll just bring them there and exchange them there, and then we'll all mail the fourth person.
I
What
just
is,
bring them back to Ohio. That's close enough.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd probably figure out. Well, I don't know. It might be cheaper to mail them. I don't know where this. I don't know where our fuel's headed, but
I know.
$7 seems real close soon. So
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to go back at our text thread to find the most recent. Clint probably has it more handy than I do.
Clint
What,
literally
what our next-
screenshot it because we always ask him what it is. So
I know he gets
Yeah,
so
it's like
mad at us.
it's a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot because I have to tell
Yeah.
them every
like
2
Inception.
weeks what we're doing.
and
Which
we
one is it
appreciate
again?
it, Dad.
I know you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
I know
he's
you
the
do.
best.
Yeah, we're working
I'm-
on categories for the next season right now.
Okay, so
I think we have
still
them.
in process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I still
I think-
picked single barrel, which is good.
Yes.
Mhm.
I almost threw the bottle away like 2 weeks ago, and then I took it out. I was like, why do I have an empty one underneath here? I was like, that's not like me. I usually police that stuff. And I picked it up and started walking towards recycling and went, oh no.
It wouldn't be
Panics
the
every-
first time that's happened.
Yeah.
I made that
Troy-
mistake myself.
I
Yeah.
believe Troy's done that. He's like, well, I won, but I
Nothing
can't
to
show you
reveal.
what I
What is
said.
it?
Yeah.
I forgot. It'd been 2 months and I drank it.
Yeah, there's
Clint
one
forgot
category
one,
we're
too.
still trying. One category we're still trying to nail down as a distillery category for this next round, but we're gonna do a friends pick where we have some of our friends pick the one that we send in,
Ah,
and then we're gonna do over 100 proof, so anything basically 100.1 and above. And then since our ladies are heavily involved now with helping us out with the double blind,
Mhm.
and we've already done a ladies pick episode. Now we're gonna do ladies pick again, but we're gonna actually have them on as guests as well.
so that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that should be a
And
fun
a
one.
distillery. So, what distilleries have you done so far?
Whew.
You
Beam,
did Jack Daniels.
yeah,
I'll
Jack,
let our
Beam,
historian.
Turkey. We did the big ones.
Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill,
Four
Hill.
Roses.
Four Roses.
Or was
I think there were
some
5. I
Buffalo
think that's
Trace?
it. I think that's the 5.
Did we not do a Buffalo
Yep.
Trace? I think we did.
You did.
We did do Buffalo. So Heaven
Okay.
Hill, Jim Beam, Turkey, Buffalo Trace, Four Roses. That's who we
Yeah.
done.
Right.
So
Yeah,
kind of
Some of
done
the big
bitters.
ones. So we got to get into some crafty stuff probably here pretty soon because we're
Yeah.
Yeah.
running out of the majors.
Yeah.
I think that we talked about that for the next one. Is
Mhm.
Yeah, all
something
about
maybe.
Mhm.
Oh. I will say probably one of my favorite episodes we've done to date is the worst whiskey one. Even though it was like one of our shorter ones and we got through it really fast. The fact that Clint won that one just like made my year. 'Cause-
We
the
finally
best of the
figured out how
worst.
to win
But-
one.
But you sent it in
Yeah.
knowing that it was bad, right? Though that was the
Oh, yeah.
Right. So
That was
so
the-
the gag on that one is we're not saying which one is the best, we're saying which one is the worst.
Yeah, sure.
So we kind of turned it on its head of what we normally do.
Yeah.
So
And Cody's
Clint had-
Cody's right in the chat. We did do an MGP. No, I'm sorry. We did a sourced
Sure.
round.
Yeah, we just
Yep.
sourced. Yeah.
And it
So it
just
could have been sourced
happened
from
to have a
big ol'
Anywhere, yeah.
but happened to have a lot of MGP in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go
Sure.
figure.
That
We lost-
does make
Go
sense.
figure.
We've done a not from Kentucky or Tennessee as well.
Hmm.
Like it had to not be from Kentucky or Tennessee.
Oh,
That
you
was
did a
I
home
really-
state one too, or something, didn't you?
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
home state. I
home-
really ticked
home
off
state
Troy on
one.
that one.
Mine
That
was
was one of my
terrible.
least
I,
favorites. There's
Oh.
not much up here.
Troy
I said
is
bad hat.
as much grief as we give Troy. He is like I'm pretty sure he's the winningest
He is the
of us
winningest.
all.
Well, I take it
Yeah.
serious.
Well,
You can't please him unless it's over 120 proof. So we don't have a shot
Right.
at
Yeah.
him picking ours number 1 unless we go for the top stuff.
I'm
So-
sorry, I'm down.
Or
If you taste with Ian and he gets to pick the order, if Ian has turned in something really high proof, he will put himself first to blow out everyone's palate for literally everything else that gets
Just
tasted.
saying.
He does it. He does it
Yeah.
with pure strategery. He's like, oh, I sent in something that's flamethrower hot, and I get to pick the order, so I'm going first. Good luck.
Yes. Yeah, Whiskey Mutants,
Yeah.
right? We did do a blend episode.
Yeah.
We did do a blend episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey, that's where the ladies
Double
have really
blind.
come in to help us
Yeah,
with the double blind, because we have no idea which one's going first, and we don't
and you
know
don't.
which one is.
So you don't know which one's yours either, right?
No.
Nope. Nope. Have no idea. All we know is what we brought to the fight. That's it.
Right, but
we have
but
no idea which
of the
one is
order.
ours.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
idea which one of them is that one, unless
Yeah,
we're like
can't
really
vote yourself
good.
first or last or anything.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way to. And the thing
And-
is, you
I mean-
can be way off profile from everybody else and think you're gonna pull. I'm gonna know that when I taste
Which is
it.
normal.
Nope.
Which is
No
normal.
And then you
idea.
don't.
No.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
idea.
because we're not good at it, so we can't tell which
Oh.
ones. Are.
It's so
Also-
bad. I mean,
Also, we send them they've been sent for
In your
months.
defense, I don't know if you watch Whiskey in a Box, but Dixie
Yeah.
Denton is one of the
That's
best
true.
whiskey dudes on the
Yeah.
planet, and
Yeah.
that guy can't pick what's what blind.
I love it.
Well,
I love
well,
it. He
Corey,
pulls up
we'll
the box
sit-
and goes,
Yeah.
huh.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got close on this
Yeah,
one. This
fine.
is good.
I said it was in a bottle. It is.
Yeah.
We'll
It's
have
got,
two of the
I think
same
it's got
bottle.
rye in it.
We've had
What's
a
that?
couple times when we send in the same bottle. Two guys that send in the exact same bottle. They'll come in first and third.
Yeah.
First and third, yeah, and we'll have completely different tasting notes on it, and it is to the barrel the exact same bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Well, it
makes
depends
me
on what you
wonder
tasted
how
after.
cleanly your sample bottles are.
Sure.
It's
There's
the
a lot of
shipping
science
practices
there.
now.
Wait, you're supposed to
Sure.
clean those?
Yeah, see,
I just
there
let
we
them
go.
evaporate out.
That explains
Clean the
everything.
cap off and then refill them.
Well, if it's two different bottles, though, like if one guy's has been open for longer, if
True.
somebody's been
That's
sitting
true.
half full on the
Yeah.
shelf for 6 months, like that,
Yeah.
that can make a difference.
We
Or-
talked
And I
about
really
that because
appreciate that, but the last one we did was
Yeah.
fresh crack from both.
yeah,
Well,
that's
then
what I was
we
gonna say. I was
just-
like, we
Yeah.
we talked about that because it was the Four Roses episode, and we're like, well, Bob and James, we're gonna have to bring ringers. So what Eric and I both sent in was a Brent Elliott pick from the
Gift shop,
visitor
yeah.
center
Yeah.
of some like not rare recipe, but it's not the standard recipe. I forget which one it was. He's got it right here.
OESV,
OESV.
11 year.
Was what was at the gift shop when we were at Whiskey Weekend last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
I
have
brought
one
that
of those
bottle
too.
home, and that son of a bitch got annihilated.
It
by
is
the
so
Dude,
good.
it's
Whiskey Syndicate
so
crew here.
freaking
So
good.
good.
We opened
we
it,
both-
poured it, gone.
We both fresh cracked it, put it in our sample bottles, and we're like, we're gonna win this one. Both of
Yeah.
us. We're like, nope, I got this. And then
We could have had
exact
that three
same
ways.
barrel.
First and third, right?
because I have the
Yeah,
same
first and
bottle,
third.
but I didn't have enough for everybody, so I couldn't use it.
Yeah.
But we had a chance of having that 3 times in the same blind.
But that
And
should
I
let you know if you're doing barrel picks too, that it changes depending on what you've also drank it after.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't drink them
Mhm.
back to
That's
back.
We did not.
Mhm.
Yep.
Nope. No, they weren't side by side in it.
Nope.
They weren't. None of us were even like, I kind of feel like maybe B and D.
Did
or-"
we
Nope.
just have this?
Did I just have what? Not at all. We're like, I'm getting something different here. I like this.
This one's funky.
It's great though. It's
We
fun.
did a
all of us.
We did a 5 Four Roses blind single barrel with the Whiskey Syndicate guys, and we were supposed to try to guess the recipe, and that was the dumbest shit of all time. Like you're just blindly throwing stuff out there, and no one 12 guys, 5 whiskeys. I mean, statistically, just on blind luck, you think that somebody would have got one? No,
Right.
like over everyone over the entire the whole thing. So.
Well, that's a little specific. Guess the recipe.
I
though.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
bring that up. We're like, what? Because I'm hosting. I'm trying to think of stuff to talk about. I'm like, what recipe do you think this is? And James would be like, oh, I think it's a V or an F. Or, okay. None of us got it right.
Never
Yeah.
right.
Uh-uh.
I'm not that nuanced. I'm like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
Oh, I
This
learned
is
all
good.
about-
This
I mean,
is
I think that's
really
where most
good.
of us
This
are,
is
too.
kind
We're
of good.
kinda
It's just
good.
levels
It's
of good.
real
That's
good.
all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's Troy's statement too, right? That's it's like this is good. I'll send it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just either I like it or I don't. I don't know what I'm picking up. It's a good one or a bad one.
I try not to overthink it. I just whatever my first thought is to send, even if I haven't tried. I send tons of things that I've never even tried before. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I've never had this before. It's my first time having this.
And why
And
not?
I'm just throwing it in there, see what happens. It's probably why my win streak is so low. But it's fun.
I always
Yeah.
It seems like somebody
try to
always
get
throws
good
in
at the
some sort of
tasting notes,
curveball.
but I can't do it. I'm not good at tasting notes, picking out all sorts of stuff either. I try to get better at it. I feel like I'm in the middle of it. I don't get nothing, but I'm not so good at pulling out all these different things like some people can do. And I've been trying for years. I just don't have it. I can't do it.
Just blame
tough,
COVID.
man.
It's fine. Just blame COVID. That it's like telling you used to be able to get all of that stuff, and now it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
not anymore.
Oh yeah, I can nail it.
This season we're gonna blame gas prices. That's our new thing this year.
That's right.
Seems legit.
Yeah. Well,
Are they high by you guys? I didn't notice that they were.
Yeah, they've gone up.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I don't know how about 30 cents a day here. Literally 30.
That's going to be your new the new ranking system. It's like, well, would I buy this bottle or a tank of gas for the F-150?
Because-
I think
Exactly
I think we're almost at the same price you guys were paying for a gallon
for a liter.
for a liter right now. We're hitting the $2 a liter.
We are 550.
Cents.
550 for
Insane.
diesel, I think.
Yeah.
Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah, and I put, I don't know, I mean, it's not my money, but I fill my work truck every day. And there's 60 work trucks at our station, so
Yeah. Crazy.
We're just now getting to $4.
Woo.
So that's about $3.99
again with the
$4.
flex.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Can you
Yeah.
ship me
Bro,
some of that gas so I can drive down to Whiskey Weekend?
I'm gonna put it on the
Looks like
secondary.
Eric. That's perfect.
Secondary
It-
gas
They're
market.
going through it in Texas. Everybody drives a truck.
Yeah.
It's warm here. We have
Everybody.
cheap gas. I mean, man. Just-
Do you guys all have an oil well in your backyard, or is that
Yes.
just like in the neighborhood?
just
standard.
Just
Yeah.
Standard with the HOA fees.
we have
Yeah.
we have natural gas wells in our backyard up here.
Right. We're gonna need you all throwing an extra $40 for the grasshopper we got running out here, pumping the oil.
That's right.
Stop.
Mhm.
And
Cody's saying he works from home. Have gas prices gone up or something? Yeah. Well, if you're working from home, it's not that bad, I guess. But are they pushing electric vehicles?
I mean,
Is that what this is?
Only if it runs out
No.
of electricity, and then yes, you do have to push it to the nearest place to plug it in.
You got to pull the
It's
diesel
rough place.
generator up, right, and charge it.
Yes.
That's-
Right. Then they bring over a diesel-powered generator to recharge it on the side of the road, and then send it off on its merry way.
Yeah.
no, I
Interesting
don't
world.
think that's their push at all.
It's not that I hate the environment, Ian. I just don't have the patience for it. Is my problem.
Speaking of heavy burning gas stuff, I want to deep dive on YouTube videos about Top Gun 2, like people rating what it's going to be whenever it does come out. I'm stoked for that movie. Are you guys Top Gun fans?
Yes,
I
I've been
mean-
waiting for that movie for like 2 years.
I know.
Yeah.
They showed that first trailer of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
him like flipping through the canyon like
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker style, goes blasting past, and it shows the Maverick helmet, and I'm just like, like let's tomorrow
Yeah.
take my money. Let's do this.
Yeah, but then nothing. That was a long time ago. That thing
Yeah.
came out, and then now
Yeah.
we wait.
Well, they didn't want to release it until it was available in the theater, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the theater's been open for a minute now.
but they're
Where
not.
you-
Yeah, they're
where
not
you guys are.
rebounding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
people
you
still
guys
aren't
are.
going.
We
I
just
think the
opened
theater
up
gets anywhere near the traffic it did.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
well, we've gone back.
Ugh.
This is going to be a tangent. So we've gone back to the movie theater, and I've realized the reason I wasn't going wasn't because of COVID. It's because of all the assholes that are at the theater that think it's their damn living room, and they're like on their
Oh.
phone and answering calls and like talking and stuff. And I'm like, listen, it cost me $85 to buy popcorn and tickets. If you could shut up, that would be great.
I didn't think
I
you were
could see
going
Kid
people. I
Rock
thought
for
you were
less.
going with I thought you were
Yeah.
going with the price of the
Whoa.
soda and the popcorn.
Yeah,
I love
it's like $50.
Yeah, they get it's literally 20. I mean, the tickets I feel like are still you can justify it. Okay, this is going to be great. Everybody's in. The whole family's in. This is great.
$10.
And then everybody
for
wants
3 hours
popcorn.
entertainment. I'm fine.
It's like $90.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you're in there. At that point, you're in. Like,
so
what
now,
are you gonna do?
This is right up Clint's alley. I feel like this is a full old man rant that I'm on right now. So, listen, like the new theater is the one that you eat in, right? At our place. And my family thinks that it's great. The theater that people get like full dining service, that is some hardcore BS, because then you got jerk offs like trying to dip chicken fingers and then they're like ordering crap from a waitress. And I'm like, this is even worse. Just shut up, eat your popcorn, like stop it with the when they see somebody come in and be like, can I get you anything? Yeah, you could shut up. That's what you could get me. Right? Quiet while I watch the movie. That would be great.
I do agree with that rant, because that sort of thing keeps me from going to the movies when they first come out. I won't go see anything right when it comes out. I mean, very few things, because I cannot deal with the inconsiderate people. I can't do it.
This is when Clint also tells us that.
This
is when Clint tells us popcorn is 50 cents in Texas.
Just for people, you guys probably
it's free
know this,
at the Ace Hardware.
You guys probably know this, but for people that don't know it, and I'm getting all this old man talk, Troy is exactly 1 week younger than me. 1 week.
1 week. Wait, 1 week what?
Ooh.
Younger.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird that you said that. Thanks,
1
Dad.
week. It's the same thing.
I will say that Clint totally changed my opinion of him when I found out that he lived the movie Rad in the 80s.
Yeah,
I did.
And B, he knows what the movie Rad is. So I was like, forget it. Clint's now officially my dude. So
There we go. My only redeeming quality, but I'll take it.
He ran Hell Track when he was young.
That's right.
Wow, Cody. This is on point for Cody. Haven't watched
on brand.
Haven't watched a theater movie since Super Troopers 2, and I was super drunk. It sounds like a town hall.
I mean,
don't judge me. Yeah.
I think if you sat in the theater for the entire movie, you didn't have another option to be totally drunk, because 2 was brutal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, but truthfully, it's hard to catch Cody sober.
You're right. Early in the morning.
Maybe before breakfast.
You gotta get up pretty early in the
morning. Yeah, he's awesome.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you and Cody doing something, Dustin? Is that official?
It's still in test mode. We're still testing
in test
it out.
mode, beta testing. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I don't think we're ready for public consumption yet, but we're still testing. I feel awful. I've been so busy. I haven't had a chance to get with them on it, but yeah, it's fun. We'll get there.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll have to get you guys on if that happens. That'd be fun. Cody's a bit of a hoot, especially with a few pops in him, like he's mentioning.
He's a good
well, so I was thinking, I just don't know how to word it. I need Corey's brain for this, but what's something that you've picked up in the last week or so that's been a new thing? Like I said, I went on this deep dive on Top Gun YouTube videos, and it's been something that hit. So has anything hit you or struck you that you think other people should get into or check out? What do you think about that? Anything? Troy's always like, "Oh, you're putting me on the spot. I don't know what to do here."
Well, so you remember how boring your day-to-day life is, because there's nothing new and exciting to talk about.
I mean,
I got a couple, but I don't want to. I hate going first all the time.
Well, mine's lame, but I'll do it. But we don't do much. I work, and then between Laura and I, there's 4 kids, so that's back and forth. So binging TV shows is pretty much our relaxation time.
Okay, what are you on right now then?
The Stand, Paramount Plus. So it's
the Stephen King show.
Yeah, so it's based off the 1978 book, but the plot. Ready for this? The plot is that the government created this virus,
COVID.
Yeah, no.
Plot.
They call it something else. They call it something else.
I think they call
It's
it
called-
Voked.
It's called
Yeah.
It's called Voked.
Well played.
Voked 22.
Yeah,
Voked
it was different.
2022.
It's really good, and one of the odd things that I've noticed in it that I think people would pick up if they're into this type of thing. But the book was written in '78. Everything is nowadays is current events. So the cars are new. You know, they have the internet. Obviously, none of that stuff was in the book, but the soundtrack is 100% nothing from 70 to 78, and you just kind of catch these. Even in the current event, you know, the times when they're walking through New York and it's all new cars, you hear these old, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. And you're just like, man, it really, whoever designed that as the director really changed that movie for me to have that older soundtrack in there as like a little wink and a nod. So I recommend that show. I think everybody would enjoy it. Also, it's just a play out of the last 2 years of your life.
I don't know if I want to revisit that, to be honest.
Right. Fair enough.
I have a hard time binging shows. I watch a couple episodes in a row or something, and I'm done. Karen will watch 12 in a row. I can't do it. I just get to like, okay, we need something else. I gotta get up. I can't do this. So it takes me a while to get through stuff because I just can't go that. I just can't keep going.
Yeah,
It's probably an age thing.
Yeah.
It might be. I have to get up and move because my circulation is bad and my sciatic backs up and everything
I
else.
think they have like socks you can wear.
Compression socks.
Yeah, the copper in them, the copper ones.
Oh yeah, those copper fit.
They might
things.
help you out.
That's the
Try
best.
them.
The one with Brett Favre.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeez. Yeah,
One week
I got a
ago,
couple things.
1 week.
All right.
Yeah. So, great shirt company. I don't know if you've heard of them. Dixon. I think that's how you say it.
Oh,
That's it.
Dixon's, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's really my
I'm
newest
just kidding
thing.
with you. No. Yeah. No. I do have a show that we're season 2 that just came out recently that Sarah and I are binging. She, I know she'll never see this. I'm just going to tell the story. She
Oh boy.
is like the worst binger in the world. We talked about this before. She does not like it. Takes us forever to get through a show together. So, and if I start watching it like without her, I get the look.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, now I got to find something else. Anyway, so season 2 of Space Force just came out.
Oh yeah.
On Netflix. So hilarious. So what you may not know about Space Force is that it is co-created by Greg Daniels, who was the creator of The American Office and like Parks and Rec and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So it's got that going on. And then Ken Kwapis is the director. And Ken Kwapis directed like almost half of the Office episodes and things like that. And it's co-created by Steve Carell, who stars in it. It's just so funny. John Malkovich is in it, which is just hilarious.
Season 1, he was hilarious for sure. I gotta check out season 2.
He gets funnier. We're only 2 episodes in because, like I said, we're a slow binge moving train over here. Two episodes in.
The documentary about the actual Space Force, right?
Yeah, it's a documentary.
Yeah. Absolutely.
On point, actually.
Yeah. Very. I love it. There's great like guest cameos and stuff in it. Like Patton Oswalt has a cameo in episode 2 of this new season. It's fantastic. So I recommend Space Force. Something else that I've become an evangelist of in the last, I don't know, probably almost a year, but I feel like I'm having more conversations centered around cigars these days. I call Clint is my cigar sensei. I made him, or I commissioned a hat that said so. So he's my official cigar sensei because he's taught me a lot to not just smoke the same 2 or 3 cigars all the time. Anyway, so there's a company based out of Nashville. Y'all probably heard me say this before. But there's a company based out of Nashville that does blind cigar tastings via mail. So it's $20 a month, and they send you 2 cigars. There are no wrappers. on the cigar when you get it. There's only a little tag on the end with a QR code. I'll try to show you a picture. I don't know if it's going to show up or not.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool. So you get that. So you get 2 cigars. Both of them look like that. They have unique QR codes wrapped on the end of them. They give you little tasting cards as well, so you can like check off different tasting notes. It's like, do you taste cherry? Do you taste leather? Do you taste cedar? Like things like that. You can kind of check those things off. And at any point before, during, or after the smoke, you can scan that QR code and it'll take you to that website that I just showed on the screen. And then you just simply, it's kind of hard to see, but you simply just slide your thumb across it. And it reveals what the cigar is.
Clever.
Oh, here, let me see if I can actually be there. Did it work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
There we go.
There you go. Yep. And if I scroll down, it'll list like where it's from, how much it costs,
Cool.
all the different tasting notes and things
Yeah.
like that. So you really start to go, now when I go to my local cigar shop, I just go, hey, do you have this one? And they're like, either
Cool.
yes, we do, here they are, or no, that's a great one, but here's something like it that we think you'll like. So it's been great. Probably 80% of the cigars I get from them cost more than $10 a piece. So you're really getting a kind of a cool deal.
Good deal.
They send them with the Bravado packs in it. They're always really well maintained. Never had any issues with like loose wrappers or anything like that.
Sweet.
Anyway, it's called Standard and Twain. They're based out of Nashville, standardandtwain.com. I have really enjoyed those. Really cool packaging. When it comes, it looks like an old-timey letter from like the 1700s. It's in like an old-looking manila envelope with twine wrapped around it, like crossways. I'm just a geek when it comes to packaging like that. So, yeah, that's my thing right now.
So you said something about your local cigar shop. So you check it out there and go to your local. So that's brick and mortar, right? The brick and mortar shop. Do you guys lean towards that brick and mortar aspect of it with specifically cigars and pipe stuff? Because there's a huge online presence.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I'll let the sensei go, but I'm 50-50. I do both. It depends on if I want to buy in bulk, I'm online. If I want to buy like kind of a myriad of different things, one or two of these or 3 or 4 of these, that kind of thing, then I'll go local.
Yeah, I'm probably 80-20. I like to go local. I like to see them, and I'm always trying new stuff, and it's more fun to pick new stuff when you can see it.
Yeah, the experience, right? That
yeah,
experience.
I like that
you walk
better.
You walk in the store and it's got the aroma or whatever it is that's a factor to it. Yeah, I agree with
Dustin,
that.
what was the name again?
Standardandtwain.com. So like
Twain.
being like,
yeah. See, I typed in tween and did not get the same Google results.
No, you did not.
Please, I highly suggest you don't do that.
Danger word.
Yeah, I was like, that.
These are just a couple of hipsters.
First of all, well played. B, now you're on a list.
I've been there. I've been on the list. That's fine.
It's just a couple of hipsters in Nashville who drink a lot of scotch more than anything else. But I mean, they just got this system is great. You can do, like I said, 2 cigars for $20 a month, or you can do 4 cigars for $40 a month. That's pretty much it. You can cancel it anytime you want. I've paused my subscription before because my humidor starts to fill up. Because me, like, it's hard. I'm maybe one a week, maybe 1 cigar a week. And that's if I'm lucky, if the weather's good. So it's hard for me to constantly be keeping up with them all the time, but it's just killer. I love it.
I feel like I can. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's just a great company, great concept. They always send a little letter along with it that's in the folder that kind of explains kind of their theme for this month or their pick. At Christmas time, for the month of December, they sent a 3rd cigar for free at no extra charge. It was just a 3rd one dropped in there. It was just like, hey, Merry Christmas. This is Merry Christmas from us. They're just good, solid people.
Yeah.
So would I get the same cigars that you get?
Yeah. So the same 2 go out every month.
I feel like I can arbitrarily just sign up for this because, as you guys know, no one else does. But Laura just signed up to get, eucalyptus mailed to the house that you can hang in your shower. So
So she owes
So,
me.
like,
4.
So you're
Yeah,
gonna
I feel like I could
you're
just
gonna
sign
start
up for
burning a
cigars.
stogie in the shower to try to fight it. Is
Oh, no,
that what I'm
actually-
hearing?
Actually, that's been canceled. It literally doesn't smell like anything. We got a box of sticks and leaves, is what happened.
You can smoke that eucalyptus.
You can
You-
grind that up. and
Troy,
smoke
I
it.
will.
You have a grinder?
It's still hanging. I'll send it to you. I will send it to you. And sometime when we're off air, ask me about the grinder story. Corey.
Yeah, it'll crush right up in the mill. It'll be fine.
I have a fantastic grinder story that isn't tellable.
mill,
here,
I
but-
Don't use the coffee ones. That's a mess. Like that does not work.
You guys
saying
and
the
your grinder
mill-
stories.
Saying the mill
Right.
reminded me of saying the mill reminded me of Seinfeld when he had that slicer. And he's
Oh
like-
yeah.
he goes, "Do you have any metal cleaner or whatever?" He goes, "Yeah, let me check the stock room." And then later he goes, "How about that stock room? Where is this?"
Oh, we got some trouble on the home front.
Ooh, there's some
Oh,
trouble.
You do not. Oh, I thought she said it loved my subscription. She does
Oh.
not love that subscription at all.
it'll be fine.
She's like, oh, she was so excited. The eucalyptus is here. And I heard her open it on the phone. I was like, how's it smell? And she was like, I'm going to hang it in the shower. And I was like, it doesn't smell, does it? We just have sticks in the shower. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Mail order sticks. What a world.
All right.
Everything else. I don't get stuck on. I get stuck on music, but it's usually not current music. I'll just get an album that'll get kind of stuck. So it's usually when I'm out in the garage or painting or whatever. And right now it's been Whiskey Myers Mud, which is from 2016. Which if you don't love
Fantastic.
love it. It is so good. Like all the Whiskey Myers stuff is great, but like
If
last
you like
month, it was-
Yellowstone, you like Whiskey Myers.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. It was following up 2 months ago. It was the Sturgill Simpson's debut, the High Top Mountain record, which was on repeat for like 6 weeks. So it just
So
it just
good.
depends on where it is. But that's where I'm stuck right now. So if that one's on in the garage, I'm usually out there.
Are you a vinyl guy, Corey?
What's that?
Are you a
Vinyl?
vinyl guy? Do you have vinyl?
No, because this I don't have. Like I'm terrible at storing it, and
Mm.
I'm impulsive, so I don't have the patience for it. So I just yeah.
I got you.
All right. I apparently get cigars now.
Hey,
Nice. Hey,
fire up the first
Corey,
one in your shower.
Corey, check
Yeah.
out this band when you get a second. St. Paul and the Broken Bones out
Okay.
of Birmingham. I think you'll dig them.
St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
St. Paul and the Broken Bones. I found them on a show that comes on the SEC network called True South by John T. Edge and the other guy from ESPN. I can't think of his name. Real deep voice. Anyway, they do a show on SEC network called True South where they go around to different towns throughout the South, eat the food, kind of soak in the culture. And the music on that show is incredible. They actually on Spotify, there's a True South playlist put out by them. And
cool.
I found out about yeah, Cody's right. St. Paul and the Broken Bones is they're great. So yeah, I found them on that show because they were featured in that show when they went to Birmingham. And it's
Which
just
one
incredible.
are you listening to? Is the first or the Alien Coast, Young Sick Camilla, Sea of Noise, all of them?
Young Stick Camellia is the one that I have on vinyl right now.
Okay.
Sea of Noise, and Half the City are probably the more popular ones.
Okay.
So,
I got
Apple Music for the win. Currently downloading.
Wright Thompson is the other guy. That's the one I'm thinking of. Thank you, Cody. Wright Thompson is the guy from ESPN that does it with John T. Edge for the deal for True South.
Gotcha. Cool.
nice.
Troy,
I-
anything new and interesting?
I'm kind of boring, but I don't. Did I tell you that we recently went and did one of those axe throwing evenings? You know, where you go to the
Yes.
No.
I want
give
to try
you,
that.
hatchets. You know, a variety of
Yeah.
hatchets, and then we also got throwing stars and like a big old dagger. And spent the night doing that. And I didn't know it at the time, but they don't sell alcohol, but you can bring a cooler with you. So that's next
Yeah.
time.
So it's
you
like a
didn't have
NASCAR race,
anything
but with
Feels like a great idea.
with weapons.
with
Yeah.
weapons.
How
Yes.
my wife didn't die, but yeah, she threw the first one and it helicoptered. helicopter. And I don't know how she did it.
Mm.
But,
That's fun though. I've done that once before. The axe throwing. It's a lot of fun. Did you get the large axe, like the fire axe, out and throw?
Yeah,
that
they
thing?
had one of those. I kind of stayed away from that. I didn't have the best luck. It took me a long time to figure out where to stand to get my rotation right to hit. But then this weekend we're trying something. You've probably done this, like they call it pin bowling or whatever. I don't know if it's like candlestick bowling. We're going.
Yeah, where you have like the little ball.
Yeah,
like duck pin bowling.
I think so.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've not done it
The
before.
way-
But it's
Troy,
my
the
son's
way you
birthday.
set that up, I thought you were gonna say exercising. So
Oh,
we're gonna try something. I don't know if you heard
You
it.
know, my doctor keeps bringing that
you all
up. and
probably
we're
knew
holding
this,
him off.
but
He's like, it's probably a new thing. Exercising? Is that right?
Oh,
Is that how you say
that's
it?
funny
Am I
you bring
saying
that
it
up. 'Cause just today, my doctor said he would like me to walk 2 miles a day, maybe 5 days a
Walking?
week. And I
Have
looked
you
at my
heard of
wife like he's got to be out of his mind. Like at once?
Right. In a row?
Did you hear the numbers that you said, sir? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're talking about like throughout the week, right? Yeah. You probably manage that.
You know how many trips to the refrigerator it takes me to get 2 miles in?
Yeah, it's a bunch.
A lot of steps.
You get one of those Apple watches, and they just tell you once in a while. They're like, "Hey, you should do something."
you should
Yeah.
stand
Should
up.
do something.
Yeah.
That's what my
You
wife's
just
for.
hold your arm this way.
Laura
and it
gets
stands
mad.
up.
Yeah, Laura gets mad. She's like, "It'll be like, dang." I was like, "That's a weird noise." She's like, "Yeah, my watch told me to stop being lazy." I'm like, "Oh, that sounds terrible. I want one."
One quick throwback that Cody pointed out. I wanted to say that Wright Thompson guy from ESPN. He's actually the one who wrote the book Pappy Land that came out a year or so ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you haven't read that killer book, he basically does like spends a couple days with is it Julian? Yeah, Julian Van Winkle. Spends a couple days with him and kind of documents that process throughout that book. It's fantastic.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, and you've talked about that a while ago. You read that, I think, the Pappy Land
Yeah,
book.
it's been a minute, but I love it.
Pretty excited about it. Yeah. Awesome. Well, guys, this has been fun. We're an hour in. The Flannel Panel Feet Barn Night collaboration. I think it should be a frequent thing. I think you guys should jump on as much as you can and have some fun. So like, comment, subscribe, throw barnnight.com in your browser, hit enter. It goes straight to that YouTube channel. Subscribe on their stuff and you'll enjoy some fun times with some blind whiskey tasting. So, well, until next time, everybody, stay buttoned up. And also, thanks, Dustin, for that.